Hello, comrades! Welcome back to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. My name, of course, is Open Potato. If you thought in the last episode that you had seen the longest traffic jam you were ever going to see, well, you were wrong. Because this is probably, without a doubt, the longest traffic jam that I have ever seen in this game. It is stretching all the way back to the brand new superhighway that we started building, and you know what? It looks like it's just going to continue to be extended. The traffic jam, that is. This is the third phase of prefab panels, or the third phase of construction. And it's all of the prefab panels that are needed to complete that phase. They are now being delivered. I've let the game run for about, I don't know, half a month, something, just so that we can see a little bit of progress. And, you know, one of the things that happened was our entire open hull capacity. Our entire open hull transport capacity was mobilized to move prefab panels from Petrograd right over to the big old bridge. And you know, I gotta be honest, I'm pretty darn happy with the way that this bridge is looking at the moment. I mean, we're what, 40%, 50, 45% of the way, almost 50% of the way through the construction phase. I mean, we do need 2,476 tons of prefabricated panels and an additional 1,263 tons of asphalt in order to finish up construction. But apart from that, it's all fine. It's all absolutely fine. There's probably going to be a little delay on the workers getting over here because, I mean, buses can't really seem to move through this molasses-like queue, this molasses-like traffic jam. Either way, that is one of the things that happened, or is happening. I thought I would draw your attention to it because it is rather important. Just also, as a matter of course, what the heck is wrong with you? Why have you... Just go here. That solve you? Yeah, just also, kind of as a matter of course, really, we've almost finished up the iron ore processing plant, which is kind of cool. We'll talk a little bit more about this in a second, but for now, I'm kind of glad that we're almost finished with this. We just need another couple of tons of steel, and then we're going to need some mechanical components as well in order to completely finish that up. Mechanical components, we don't even need to buy in now because we've got them all ordered in. What else has gone down since the last episode? Yes, we're about 62% of the way through semiconductor research. Not a fantastically interesting bit of research to be undertaking. I'm sure the academics are absolutely enthused and excited about the work. I'm not excited about the work. I don't think semiconductors are that interesting. It's a piece of the puzzle, but it's not a piece of the puzzle that I'm particularly interested in. Anyway, let's talk about a piece of the puzzle that I actually am interested in. Holy cow, 500 workers at Petrograd radio station. I think I should probably try and reduce the number of workers that we actually have on site at any given time. Maybe I'll take that down to, like, I don't know, like 200 or something? Yeah, can I... Oh, goodness gracious me. Goodness gracious me. Look at how many workers there are. Look at how many workers there are here. That is absolutely obscene. And there is no need for it. There is absolutely no need for it. Let's take it right the way down. Right the way down to, like, 300. Yeah, just about 300. Sure, perfect. That seems pretty reasonable. I really have no desire to have too many workers just sort of being sucked into the radio station. Absolutely not something that I'm interested in seeing happen. But anyway, the progress on this is pretty darn good. We need a little bit of concrete. We need a little bit of steel, and we need a little bit of brickage. All of that should be delivered. However, I suspect that the vast majority of our open hull capacity has been sucked up by that dastardly bridge. Yeah, there's no open hull trucks anywhere to be seen. And the ones that are already out are presumably, yep, they're already being mobilized to build the bridge. So there you go. That is just something that we're going to have to learn to deal with, I'm afraid, in the short term. Anyway, this is all looking pretty darn good. I'm pretty happy with this. Nothing too untoward is going down. Now, what are we going to be doing in this here episode? Well, the focus of this episode concerns this area that I have flattened in the downtime between episodes, just behind the steel mill. What I would like to try and do over the course of this episode is get a mechanical components factory up and running. It will employ about 150 people. at maximum capacity, it will produce 15 tons of mechanical components, and it will consume at max 22 tons of steel. Now, how much steel are we actually making at the moment? Maximum production per workday is 40 tons of steel. I don't think we are anywhere near that. I don't even think we're near 22 tons of steel per day. Frankly, I think we are ludicrously far off our maximum steel production capacity. Just also, I should note, the reason that my finances are somewhat balanced precariously is because there is a shipment. There is a shipment of steel that is about to go. We can probably fill it with one and a bit more train loads, I guess, which is what we're waiting for before this 700,000 ruble juggernaut sets sail. Either way, I'm thinking that we try our very best to get a mechanical components factory up and running, and if we're able to do this, then that would indeed help everything. Actually, it would make everything much better. I'm just wondering, is it possible that we perhaps move this forklift garage? Do we want to supply the mechanical components factory by forklift? Actually, that might not be the worst idea in the world, because that will, to some degree, limit the amount of resource that can be transported through here. Yeah, yeah, let me see if we can do... Let me see if we can do something like that. What is the best way to do this? Yeah, let's see if we can do something like that. Place that down there, sure. And then we will just connect this up to there for now. We'll start construction of that too. I'm not entirely convinced how much of this factory I'm going to want to build by hand and how much I'm going to want to build by buying in resource. However, we'll at least start like this. Okay, so come down this way. Okay, we're going to need to get this all averaged out and see if we can make a reasonably chilled out descent. Brilliant. And that is absolutely adequate all the way down to this point over here. Don't know why I flattened that earth when I really didn't need to there, but that's totally fine. Yeah, let's leave it like so. Construction should automatically assign. I think that's probably well within the limits of the 3,000 meter auto find range. Looks to me to be that way. So that should link up as well. That will all work. And what else do I need to do in order to ensure that this area is built as quickly as possible? Nothing much, really. So that should start to work fairly soon. I feel like getting more open hull trucks is probably like a fairly solid idea. Right. Let me actually buy some more open hull trucks. Yeah, let me buy some more open hull trucks. It is this one. Yep. And I'm going to take out yet another rubled loan. Is it another 2 million kind of affair? I feel like it's not. Maybe it's a 500,000 ruble affair. That's a 4.9% interest rate. That scares me a little bit. But to be honest, we've almost paid off. We've almost paid off. I say almost paid off. We've halfway paid off one of these loans. So, I mean, we are making progress for sure. But we do need to make sure that things don't spiral out of control. Because they quite easily could. And that does indeed worry me. So let's get the maximum number of open hull trucks that we possibly can. Yeah, so that isn't even that good. Yeah, just get as many of these as we possibly can. So even that will set us back a fair chunk of change. But it will not double, but it will definitely increase dramatically the number of open hull trucks that we have available to us. Source for bricks is not assigned. That's very true. So steel we're gonna get from here. Brilliant. Bricks from there. Prefab panels from there. Boards, by the way, which are slowly but surely being replenished. From there. Boards from here. Prefab panels from the factory. Bricks from... I guess we could do bricks from the factory. Oh, no. Tell a lie. No, we can't. Bricks from not from the factory. And then steel from the pickup point over here. Brilliant. Okay, so we should see all of these guys jump into action at some point. There we go. All of them jump into action. Brilliant. Also, we're almost done with a couple of bits of road construction, which is quite nice. Don't know why no more asphalt has been delivered there. Not entirely sure. Power is looking fine. Absolutely a-okay with me. We've got a much more reasonable amount of workers on the building site now, which is pretty good, in fact. Pretty darn good. And we're almost done with this here little road too, which is looking not too shabby if I do say so myself. Okay, happy with that. Very, very happy with that. Gravel is all looking good. Iron ore processing looking good. We're about to get some more steel moved over here. Also, mechanical components are moved in... Yeah, they're moved in covered hull. Just wanted to make sure that they were all assigned appropriately. Looks like they are. Doesn't look like there's any need for them at this moment in time. However, we will start to utilize them in just a second. Anyway, so that's that. Have we had any construction offices assigned as of yet? Doesn't seem like we have. Can I see if we can perhaps create a little road to go around? Building is in the way. Anything right over here? No. Any chance of a road? No chance of a road. No chance of a road round this way. I was kind of hoping maybe, just maybe, we could shorten the route. Shorten the route from the offices over here to this area. I'm not entirely sure if there's anything more that I can do. I mean, obviously, I can assign a brand new construction. There we go. So assign that. And oh, you're not assigned to concrete. That's a funny one. Okay. And assign that to here as well. Brilliant. So that's going to be concrete, gravel, and asphalt taken care of. You can be assigned there. You can be assigned there too. Anything else that we could possibly need over here? Steel and bricks and mechanical components. Well, if it's mechanical components, then we will need to assign some trucks. All right, cool. So we're getting underway. We're getting underway with this. I almost forgot. We do indeed need to get some workers. Building is not finished. Oh, whoops. There we go. Assign as a construction. Source for steel is not assigned. That doesn't particularly matter. We should see some buses leap into action at some point. All of these trucks are currently mobilizing, which is grand. Very, very happy about that. Okay, so that is part of the problem semi-sorted. I mean, we haven't actually sorted the problem at all yet because, you know, we still want to try and make mechanical components, and we haven't done that as of yet. However, I'm working on the assumption that we will eventually get this mechanical components factory done and dusted. You know, much really at the same pace that the radio station is built. It's something that we absolutely want to get up and running as swiftly as we possibly can. However, you know, you got to appreciate that these things take time, and therefore we'll have to, you know, we'll have to deal with that. What I find a much more pressing issue is the fact that we are getting nowhere near our maximum steel production. We don't even have any iron in store at the moment. I mean, that is a crying shame. And to me, it says we either have too few iron trains, or we just don't produce enough iron. The fact that we have no iron in storage and only 303 tons of iron ore on this train is in fact a crying shame. Really is a bit of a problem. What the heck is going on here? I mean, I kind of thought that we had more than enough people. To get moving, but I guess maybe I'm wrong. No. Sell the light cargo car. Didn't mean to buy that. Light personnel cabin. Geez. Maybe we're just not moving enough people. I mean, this calls for pretty substantial action, actually. If we've got 71 passengers waiting, then that's a big old problem. I mean, there is good news here. There is very, very good news. We could maybe just get away with installing a big cableway station, because that would allow us to hopefully get bigger cableway cars, which would allow us to transport more people, which might be a good idea. I mean, 86 passengers waiting. I mean, that is an unsustainable amount. Right, if I stop this cableway engine, right, and then I demolish this building. Can't demolish the building. Okay, we need to sell this light personal car first. Right, demolish the building now. Okay, see, this is the problem. How on earth do I get rid of this building without disrupting current traffic? Well, not even necessarily disrupting current traffic. How do I get people up? How do I do this? Do we need to sell all of the cabins? Really? There must be an easier way than this. There must be an easier way than this. I think. Okay, sell that, sell that. Demolish the building now? No, you still won't do it. Okay, here's an idea. Demolish the pillar. Demolishing the pillar does a grand job of putting everyone inside here. Okay. Okay. Get as many of these guys open as I possibly can and sell them all. Is there a way to quickly sell them all? I suspect that there might not be. Just because this game does seem rather finicky like that. I'm a little bit irritated that I'm going to be losing a little bit of production. But look, needs must. Needs must. So what I'm thinking is that if we try and replace the light personnel cabins with heavy personnel cabins, then we're going to be shifting more people up the mountain, and therefore we're going to be able to, you know, produce more iron and produce more coal, which really is a bottleneck. And, you know, that really is the worry about producing mechanical components. If we're not producing anywhere near our maximum capacity of steel, are we ever really going to be in a good place when it comes to mechanical components? The answer to that question, I think, is a solid no. So we better get on top of it whilst we still can. Demolish the building. Brilliant. Okay, that was reasonably easy. Okay. Right, so big cableway station. And big cableway station is going to go fairly comfortably in here. I mean, it's an optimistic fairly comfortably. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's going to need to be taken back a smidge. There we go. Get that smoothed out somewhat. Angle of connection is too sharp. Really? I mean, I will rectify it in just a second. Okay. Yeah. Keep moving across. Okay, try that. Try that there. Heavy cableway. I mean, is there any way in which this angle isn't too sharp? Cannot combine heavy and light poles. Wait, that is a heavy pole, isn't it? Or is this a light pole? No, maybe it's a light pole actually. Okay, well, I mean, look, this is fine if we need to buy a whole bunch of light poles. Then that's fine. Okay. Let's do this. This definitely needs to be done. I think this is what we want to do. Let me build this large cableway station just to see if I can get what I want. I don't really know what the size of cabins are in the large cableway station. I don't think I'm operating a large cableway station. Actually, tell a lie. Maybe I am operating a large cableway station already. Yeah, there's a big cableway station up here. Yeah, heavy personal cabin. That carries up to 12. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so this is what we want. We definitely want one of these things. This is absolutely the best way to navigate this mountainous region. How's this area looking? This area is not looking too bad. Too good, even. Why are we not getting people up? 95. All right. Not entirely sure why that's not going as well as it should be, but that's fine. So that's at one end. The other end is... Oh, gonna be... Oh. I mean, how the heck am I supposed to get rid of these? Am I literally supposed to sell them all manually? Is this what I'm supposed to do? Am I seriously expected to sit around and sell all these manually? Is there not a sell all vehicles button? Purchase vehicles? No. Yeah, I mean, do I have to click through this? I can't even press enter. Oh, bloomin' heck, this is grim. This is flippin' grim. Not even if a fire was to come and burn this thing down. At this point, kind of setting a fire would be preferable to dealing with this nonsense. Maybe there's just something that I'm completely missing that I should have thought of, should be using instead. However, maybe there is just... Maybe I just need to accept the reality that this is the only way to do it. Well, you know what they say, if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well. Unless it's deleting 13,000 light personal cable car carriages from a wagon up a mountain, which is all about to be replaced anyway, because Potato wants more iron dug out of the ground. Yeah, something like that. Alright, thank goodness. Okay, I didn't think that this day would ever come. It turns out we've done it. Hallelujah. Oh, I'm a happy guy. Okay, ditch that. That's good. So there are still a couple of workers here. So that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna try and, like, roughly keep this cableway, like, pretty much exactly the same. Okay, this needs to go up here. Yep. Cool. Let's fund that. And then let's get a footpath connection in there. Brilliant. Yep. I think that's actually totally fine, and that will maintain all of our connections into this area. So I suspect that that will work just fine. Okay, let's look up at the top of this mountain and make sure that we've got both the top and the bottom end sorted before we look to sorting out the middle. Is that wise? I don't know. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it isn't. Okay, now. Oh, no. Now, this could be a bit of a problem. We have one bulldozer to do... Oh, my goodness. One bulldozer to do the work of many bulldozers. I mean, there must be a way... There must be a way to simplify this process. Can't build due to infrastructure. Yeah, I know. In fact, let me delete some of this infrastructure. We can always rebuild it. It's pretty easy to rebuild infrastructure in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so we had it in this orientation before. Okay, so we're going to use the blueprint. Yeah, we're going to use the blueprint of the little Cableway station in order to manipulate the land around here. That way, it should work a little bit easier. It should work a little bit smoother as well. For some reason, the game seems to like it more when you use buildings, or the templates of buildings. Also, I should just buy like one single more excavator. That would seemingly make everyone very, very happy. There we go. Looking good. And we do a little bit of terraforming at this side as well. Just like so. What do you know? We've got something that's actually not totally garbage. Okay. Is that a big enough plateau? I think it might be. Nice. Okay. Hey, that looks good. That looks really good. Can't build due to infrastructure. However, we're pretty darn close. Can't build due to infrastructure. Yeah. Move it around a little bit. See if we can centralize this a little bit more. There we go. A little bit of flattening. Little bit of land manipulation. Very, very close to where I want it to be. And I think we want to move it back a little bit, ideally. The reason that I say that is because we're going to want to build a little bit of road out of the front in order to link the path up. In order to link the path up to the road. So if we move it back to this point. Brilliant. Okay. Now let's see if we can build a road out the front. We can build a road out the front. However, are we able to connect a footpath up to that road? We are not able to connect a footpath up to that road, which is exactly why we did this. Demolish that building and have another crack. Just move it back ever so slightly this time. Okay, we're very, very close to getting it exactly where we want. And this is going to allow us to supercharge our iron extraction, which is very exciting indeed. Okay. Good stuff. And okay. I think that's pretty reasonable. What if I tilt it round just a smidgen? I tilt it round, and that will help with the angle, and also it will conversely give the road a little bit more length here. Okay, we've actually ended up creating a fairly large section of land up on this mountain. I know it feels like I've been doing this forever, but once we get this out the way, this is the big thing. The big thing that we need to do. Okay. Alright. Road test. It's not really that long, to be honest. That's much longer. That's much better. Okay, so yeah, look, we've got a point. We've got a point that we can. Brilliant. That is fantastic. Okay, 270 rubles. We'll just build that. We'll just build that. That's not a problem. Okay, demolish you. Yep, destroy that building. Destroy that cableway pole anyway. And then let's see if we can try and make this work. Okay, so now we need to try and reform the entire cableway routes. I'm going to go through and I'm going to delete a couple of pillars. There we go. And, you know, I don't want to say that I've improved tremendously since we built this cableway. However, I do feel like I'm going to be able to leverage all of the skills that I have thus far learnt, such as adjusting the height. That is pretty important. Okay. And this one too. Brilliant. Okay, demolish all of those. Look at that. That actually looks quite beautiful. I like that a lot. We're not going to build that quite yet. Just because I want to make sure that we've absolutely got the ability to build every additional part. Yeah, that's not looking too bad. Cool. And bump up the height of this. Ooh. Okay, create a little landing, a little ledge over here. We'll do it on pause, actually, just to make sure that we've got the space and time that we need. There we go. Bump that up. Okay, and we'll turn it around as much as we possibly can so that we can try and maintain our angle of approach. Need flat terrain. What's the issue here? Okay, what about that there? If we flatten this out, if we pump the height, will it work? Ah, that's already at maximum height. Okay, well, let me try doing an intermediate step. So this clearly isn't going to follow the route of the previous one. I mean, it will follow it, but not altogether too closely, apparently. Yep, fine with that, though. No. Don't want it in there. Didn't actually work. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that that area is super optimal. Yeah, okay, let's ditch that and have another attempt with that pillar. Man, that beat is bopping. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, nothing. Okay. No. Come on, potato, come on. Yeah, something like that. Just move it a little bit further across here. Further across we can move it, the better. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. That's very, very good. That's perfect. Yep. If we can make that work, then that's brilliant. Just in there, that is fantastic. Similarly, that over there. Okay, we need to be pretty careful about our approach. Our approach into the cableway system. At this end here. That's cool. Yep, that's looking good. That's looking good. And yeah, that's fine. And what about a midway connection here? Oh, there is a spot. There is a spot, and we found it. Okay, brilliant. Now, I am conscious of the fact that this is gonna cost a fair amount, but it'll be worth it. It's about 2,000 rubles a pillar. I mean, that's only the pillars. Now, we could build this ourselves. However, I need iron production set up yesterday, and that's not really an exaggeration. Nope, that is the cold, hard truth of the matter. Okay, so I'm just going to get all of these built. All of these pillars built. Bish. Bash. Bosh. One more over here. And there we go. There we have it. We've actually managed to build all of the required pillars all the way up to the top. Have they all linked up correctly? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Looks that way to me. All the way down. Yep, that is brilliant. That is absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so we build the station up at the top here. That costs 46,000 rubles. So, you know, a significant investment, but, you know, it's it's an investment which I can deal with. Let's upgrade that road as well. We'll upgrade that to gravel so that people can walk super fast along it. Footpaths. Thankfully, footpaths don't need to follow the rules of gravity. They are exempt. The only thing in this game, apparently, that is exempt from any rules is footpaths. Either way, we now have a Cableway engine. We now have a Cableway system. That little road needs to get built, but that's cool. So we should start to see, yep, almost 100 people flooding in here. I mean, that's just brilliant. How many cabins can we get? What's the max number? 74? Still 74? That's totally fine. Now, we could, of course, get these horrible little light cabins. However, I want to get heavy personnel cabins. Heavy personal cabins. Let's start off with 10. We'll start off with 10. So these take 10 people a pop, which is far and away the best way to handle it, I think. Is it going to be enough? I don't actually know if it'll be enough. I need more than that, apparently. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have to go all the way up to 74 in order to ensure a consistent service on the line. So let's go all the way up to 74. Make sure that we always have the max number of people being dispatched on the cabins. Yeah, so 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. Get everyone out the door. That is fantastic news. Okay. Brilliant. How many passengers waiting? Still 70 passengers waiting. I mean, there are a lot of passengers waiting. And each and every cart is being dispatched and it's got enough passengers? Wowzers. Okay. Kind of unexpected, but brilliant. Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. How many workers is that going to actually translate to? We'll have to wait and see. Right. Ditch the passengers and the students waiting at the station. That is absolutely not required. Also, how is our food backlog looking? Oh, it's looking bad. It's looking bad. It's looking real flippin' bad. It's looking real bad. Go back. Go back. Turn around. Turn around. Go all the way back. Yeah, how do we do this? How do we rectify this? I mean, I think there maybe is a way if we do some fancy bridges over here. If we were to have a bridge over... If we were to build a bridge over here... Infrastructure below. Yeah, I know, but if I was to build a bridge over... I know this seems like absolutely ludicrous. But if I was to build a bridge over some of this area, then it would mean that I don't have to deal with this annoying issue of, you know, perpetually tailing back. Just turn you guys around. Honestly, look, all of these guys have meat anyway. That's the crazy thing. That is the crazy thing. Most of these guys have meat already in them. There we go. Look at that. So you don't even need to fill up with meat. You don't even need to fill up with meat. Yep, turn around. Turn around. And turn around. Okay, so that kind of fixes the problem. I mean, this area needs a little bit of work just in general. I mean, it definitely needs work. How have we only got 5-point-something tons of crops? Frankly, that's ludicrous. We should have more crops than this by now. Yeah, we need to get more crops just in general. Right. Sorry, we're closed. Go to Potato Grad Shopping Center. Turn around, go back to Potato Grad Shopping Center. That's brilliant. And now we are completely out of food, which is a bummer. We got 48 workers, though, so I don't know where we're going to go. See, look, that's the thing. I think if we do something like this, if we were to do something like this, I am, by the way, just fully committing to this ludicrous idea that I had of building bridges across this industrial network here. I know, by the way, a lot of people have been pointing out to me that there are mods. There are a substantial amount of mods that allow you to cross industrial lanes with like traffic. I appreciate that. I'm not oblivious to the fact that there are mods. And in fact, there are a lot of mods for a lot of the problems that I seem to be having. However, I'm going to deal with this the old-fashioned way for now. With cheats. That's right. Mostly cheats. Can we get across here? We can totally get across here. And look at that ridiculously sharp decline. I love it. I flippin' love it. Okay. There we go. Right across there. And down here. I have no idea why the video game allows me to do this, but boy, oh boy, am I happy about it. I'm very happy about it. I'm the happiest guy about it. Okay, that's not allowed, apparently. Which is kind of nonsense. Ugh. You sure you just don't want to... You don't want to just work around here? Too sharp of a turn? Oh, come on. Come on, video game. You're not going to make me... You are going to make me... You're going to make me demolish this substation, aren't you? I knew it. Had to be that way. Of course it did. That's fine. It's okay. We can get it plumbed in with relative ease. Here we go. Do that. And then link that up there. Perfect. Did this even have power before? Building is without a power supply? Of course it's without a power supply. There we go. Okay, now build all different parts of this bridge. Yep. And then what else I need to do is disconnect the Grainsky distillery. Yeah. I'll disconnect this bit of road right in the center here. Disconnect that bit of road there. So the distillery can still access the distillery through this way. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Because the distillery is fairly good in its use of trucks. Doesn't actually have that many trucks. So we could still see conceivable problems. However, I'm just kind of banking on the fact that we won't see any problems, you know? There we go. Have you found a way? Almost. We're almost there. Brilliant. We now have a bus. Okay, go to Kolgradsky bus stop. Okay, and for the first time in what feels like forever, we're actually going to have a couple of workers over here. Which is brilliant. Which means that we're going to be making food. And that is progress. Can I get you? Can I turn you around? No. Apparently not. Alright, well, I mean, that is that. We are going to make... We're going to make a bunch of food. And we need a bunch of food, frankly. Because we're not able to keep up with the amount of food that we are actually... that we're actually needing. We need way more food than we currently have. And we're nowhere near. Speaking of resources, which we are nowhere near for. How are we doing iron ore production-wise? 28 workers and 23 workers? Really? Are you telling me that that is it? We don't have many passengers waiting. I don't even know if... Are we near our capacity? 12 workers in that carriage, 12 workers in that carriage. I mean, it seems like we're moving... like 100% of workers all the time. It seems to me to be the case. But do we really need more workers than that? 47 workers. Yep, these are both at maximum capacity. So we're up to 60 workers at both. That's 50 tons of iron ore. And about 245 tons of coal. Yeah, we should maybe think about limiting the workers. So what is that? We're up to about 100 in both. I mean, that's good. That's really good, in fact. Still leaves us a little bit short of iron ore, I suspect. But no matter, that's at least progress. That's at least progress, and it's at least progress in the right direction. Okay, we're now making a significant amount of food, which is really, really good. We do just need more. We do just need more stuff. What have we got mechanisms-wise? I think we want to sell 2 tractors. Yeah, sell 2 tractors. And give me the biggest truck that we can get, which I think is the SKD. SKD harvesting, and give me this harvester. Sure, slightly more expensive harvester. Because most of the fields are 100% grown. I don't even think we're sowing. Yeah, we're not sowing a single field, which is pretty distressing. But yeah, we need to try and get this backlog cleared as quickly as we possibly can. And the way that we do that is to try and get a couple more workers delivered. There we go. So that's at least making a little bit of progress. To be honest, most people are already going to the food factory. Let's bump that up a little bit. Bump that up to about 73%. 75% of workers should now go to the food factory. The important thing to consider is how much grain are we able to supply. That was the whole point of adding on some extra grain harvesting capacity. I'm just a little bit worried that we're not able to keep up with the demands for grain from the food factory. But hey ho. Okay, so are you going that much faster than this guy? You do look like you're demolishing that field, I must say. Maybe we straight up sell these CK4 harvesters. Maybe that's just a trick of the eye, but it does look like you are harvesting way more. It really does. Yeah, good stuff. I think we might just do that. Yeah, you're definitely harvesting slower. Okay, let's rectify that immediately. Sell this mechanism. Sell this mechanism. We get the vast majority of our money back anyway, so I'm not too worried about the finances behind the deals. And let's buy the. Tell you what, we could buy a better tractor if we needed to, but I think we've already got the top of the range tractor. Okay, cool. So lots and lots of brand new harvesters. I've got a brand new combine harvester, and I'll give you the key. Has never been a more accurate saying than right this second here. Okay, food factory. Good, 38 people. And we're making a bunch of food. Okay, I mean, it seems like food production keeps on rearing its ugly head time and time again. A little bit irritatingly. But thankfully, we seem to have most of it under control. What is that? 133 people and 112. That is really good. We cannot store or export coal. That is how much coal we are exporting and storing. We just got too much of the stuff. That is exactly the position that we want to be in. I mean, it's not going to be enough. I guarantee you it will not be enough coal. We will need more of it. We will need more coal. We will need more iron. We need, honestly, probably another entire iron train. Just thinking out loud here, we're probably going to need it. In fact, we're almost undoubtedly going to need it. Also, I've been working away so darned much that I didn't even take notice of the fact that we actually have finished our radio station, which is tremendous. Which is absolutely tremendous. We have 48 listeners, 53 listeners. That's not too bad. Cultural enjoyment is being boosted. What do we want to boost? Propaganda? Educational strength? I mean, educational strength seems like a pretty big priority, to be honest. Enthusiasm for sport, anti-religious propaganda. Cool. I guess our rating is not really that great, so we're only managing to get to about 10% of people. Also, decrease the number of workers that we have. I don't really think that it's required. Maybe that will sort of stem the flow of people that we require to run the station. Don't get me wrong, it's very important that we have a good output, a good radio output. However, at this present moment, I think it's a little bit more pressing that we prioritize our production on steel. He says, I do say that. However, our iron production is just, it's just not where it needs to be. It's just not where it needs to be. Also, we're almost done the iron ore processing plant. Brilliant. Our iron ore production just isn't where it needs to be. How are we doing at this tunnel? 8.8% of the way through there. I mean, boy, that's a kerfuffle, isn't it? That is a kerfuffle. Do any of these dudes require bricks? They don't. They need bricks. Let me empty the storage of boards. And let me empty the storage of a little bit of steel so that we can free up a little bit of space. I have no idea why, irritatingly, we're going to need to discard a little bit of steel in order to free up a little bit of brick capacity. As far as I'm concerned, they should only really order bricks from the source as and when they need it. But that's fine. There we go. Transport bricks, please. Yeah, that'd be brilliant. Okay, cool. Do we want to get another iron train? Has the time come to get another dedicated train fully for iron ore? Is that a thing that's actually going to happen right now? Not quite, maybe. We need a little bit more iron ore production before we can get to that stage, I think. What the heck are you doing? Why the heck are you going through here? Why would you want to go through here? Oh, because you have to, actually, don't you? Yeah, okay. Hold up. Turn around. Go back the way you came from. Just for a second. Yeah, I didn't really anticipate that gravel trains would have to wait behind, they'd have to wait behind iron ore trains in order to get through. Can't place a signal in there. However, will that make much of a difference? I don't think it will. Let's give that a shot. Yeah, I think that's fine. Alright, brilliant. So that should speed things up a little bit. Right, how are we doing iron ore production-wise? I mean, not bad at all. Oh, we need so much coal, but we just need so much iron as well. I mean, is there anywhere else that the quality of iron ore is better? Not really. I mean, it's pretty good supposedly, like, right here. But that's kind of where we already are. Let me have a little look at the iron ore extraction. I mean, we could always get another iron ore mine and somehow link that into this whole process. Yeah. Get rid of you. Iron ore mine is... yeah, there's just no iron over here. I mean, we are in the best place possible for iron, but the source for iron is just nowhere near as good as the source for coal. There's a little bit of iron over here as well. Very, very limited amounts. There's a big chunk of iron over there. That's kind of in the middle of nowhere, and therefore I ain't building a whole extra layer of infrastructure just to accommodate for that. I mean, there's spotted bits of iron ore around Potatograd, semi-near Potatograd. Kind of would expect a little bit more. There's definitely like a veritable bounty of coal to be found, but iron is very, 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 very limited. Very limited. Highly limited. Yeah, Mount Ivan, probably the best place for it. But on the whole, I actually think that the area that we ended up going for is probably the best combined location for both iron and coal ore. What I will do is I will limit the amount of employees we can have in this coal mine to 100. Ooh, what is this? An asphalt paver. Alright. That's the very center of the map there. Don't know why it took me over there. Yeah, let me see if we can try and get some of those things. Now, where does that count? Paver? Is it an American thing? It's an American thing. Cool. I suppose I should probably try and get some of these, right? Sure. Get like 4. And get some rollers as well. There we go. I don't know if that will rapidly speed up the rate at which asphalt is laid out. Speaking of, do I have... Are there any more bits and bobs that I don't have? There's personal cars, which I don't have. But that's it. So yeah, every other category of item I do indeed have. We will see if I need to get asphalt. We'll get that over there. Cool. And I think you should just automatically do what you need to do. Anyway, yeah, so iron-wise, I mean, yeah, not bad. We're making progress on the iron front. That's good. But presumably, yeah, we're just not getting enough iron. Iron ore is what really is making or breaking me at the moment. Mostly breaking me. That's a train of iron ore. And it's entirely due to the quality of the source. Entirely due to the quality of the source. But also, I mean, we could just sort of supercharge the iron ore mine by just getting more employees up here. Just getting more people. And that is kind of what I think I want to do. How many passengers do we have waiting in the station? Not very many. But if I just get a couple more houses in the area, then that would help out a good amount. So if I was to theoretically build a house somewhere, how would that work out for me? Yeah, prefab flats. I don't really want to set up more infrastructure. I just want a couple more flats nearby. Yeah. Yeah, something like that there. That's pretty good. So, would that really be within walking distance of all of the stuff that I need to connect up? I feel like the answer to that is without a doubt no. You know what? Let's build it. It's gonna cost us 20,000 rubles. I'm gonna live dangerously here. Do another 500,000. It's only 4.9%. I mean, look, 4.9% is really low. It's really low. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, so what can we reach? We can reach not very much. We can't reach the pub. We can't reach the shop. We can't reach the pub. We can't reach the shop. We can't reach the school. Who can reach the school? Not many people, as it turns out. 42 workers can't work because of low education level. Yeah, I mean, that's a problem, isn't it? That is a problem. However, there are some people moving in here, which is good. Students in the schoolyard. There are no teachers with higher education. Yikes. Frankly. Big yikes. Big old yikes. So has everyone just been chilling over here? I guess so. What we can do is we can take immediate action to rectify that. We'll get a flat right over here. We'll get this built. We'll get this built super quickly. And we will hire the brightest and best minds to come and teach all of the pretty stupid people of Kolgradsky. And there we go. We'll get that done immediately. Yeah, these people can't even walk the way that they need to walk in order to get to the mines. I think we're gonna need to set up another little amenity area. Goodness gracious me. 148 workers can't work because of low education level. That is frankly ridiculous. That is super, super dodgy. That's very not good. Okay. Mostly people are complaining about the fact that they can't get meat. I sympathize. I sympathize. I sympathize. Okay. Let me see what I can do. So, Let's zone a couple more of these wonderfully, ridiculously large flats. Yep. Yep. Okay. And then we're going to want to set up a bunch of amenities over here. This, by the way, keep in mind, everyone, this is all with a view to getting more flippin' iron. Can you believe it? Can you actually believe it? Where's the kindergarten? It's nowhere near. Let's get a big old kindergarten, shall we? Let's get a school. School set up right over here. Yep, school over there. I'll get a teacher's building as well, so we can employ a bunch of teachers. And let me get a big kindergarten here too. There we go. And let's get this all built. Look, this may seem like I'm just building for the sake of building. However, I mean, when you see there are 143, 152 workers can't work because of low education level, I mean, then you know that there are substantial problems in your town. I mean, that is a fairly substantial problem. I mean, it's a huge problem. It's a gargantuan problem. The biggest of problems. Okay. Leave this down here. Connect that up there. That over there. Look, I mean, I do just need these people to work in the mines. However, that's no excuse for being poorly educated. You know, we absolutely need to make sure that these people all are educated to a sufficiently high standard. And that's what I'm darned well gonna do. Alright, brilliant. Nobody lives here. Nobody lives here at all. Don't worry about it. There's no power over here. I find that frankly ludicrous. We'll get a power set up in just a second. A power setup? We'll get a power setup. We will get power set up in just a second. Yep. Okay, I don't know why we'd really need to connect this up to the road. But we'll do it just out of courtesy. There we go. Looking good. And what else did I say that I need to do? Oh, yes. Sports fields, and then a few more bits and bobs as well. I tell you what I'll do first. I'll firstly get the teacher's house. I guess I can stick that over here. Guess I can't. Guess I can't do it over there either. Sure. Get that built too. Kindergarten's built. Oh yes, power. I was going to get power. I recall. Substation. Let's stick the substation down over yonder. And where is the power going to come from? Probably over here. Yeah. Best place is to come from there. And we'll build out this way. Build out this way. All the way around here. All the way over there. And connect up there. Fantastic. 16,000 rubles. You know, not an insignificant amount of money. But definitely worthwhile and definitely necessary in the grand scheme of things. Okay, staff needed and teachers. Let's hire a bunch of expert immigrants. 32 to be precise. And let's set up a walk route between the two areas. Yes, please. That would be brilliant. That would help tremendously in getting people into the classroom. I am going to gravelify this entire area. There we go. Looking good. I gravelify this road so that it doesn't look dreadful. Yeah, there we go. Gravelify all this. Okay, maybe I've just actually made it worse by only gravelifying half of it. Yeah. Also, employ some people over here, just as in invite people over here. I need some people to come and work in the shops to sell a few things. There we go. Electronics. We are not buying electronics. We've talked about this video game. Electronics are far too expensive. My people have a very cheap taste. A cheap taste. Okay, so that is going to hopefully rectify the education problem. That's what I'm hoping anyway. We should be able to hopefully flat out just teach people how to read and write and do basic stuff. That's kind of the plan. We'll see if that ends up working out. Got a lot of staff, a lot of babies at the kindergarten. That's cool. We've got 15 out of 15 teachers. This is good. This is good. We are teaching as many students as we possibly can. So, I mean, if this could be considered a bad thing, as in there were originally nowhere near enough teachers in the town of Kolgradsky, we have taken remedial action and we have introduced as many brand new teachers as we possibly can to the area. We've got them all. We've absolutely got as many as we possibly can. Also, we need to get some sports facilities set up. Yeah. We'll get as many as we can. Tennis playgrounds, even though football playgrounds, far and away the most efficient resource, or the most efficient way to go about getting sport done. There we go. And, sure. Yeah, do that. Do that, and take this back a little bit. There we go. It's not looking too shabby at all. All the way down this side. And connect over there. Brilliant. So we'll get these football fields, tennis playgrounds all funded. And we will find out if people need anything else. And I'll do my best to try and give it to them. There we go. These only cost like 1,200 rubles anyway, so a reasonably little amount. Is that within walking distance? It's not within walking distance of anything. Okay. So it was a pretty big failure as things go. Yep. That's looking good. And we'll get one pathway through here. And over there. And over there. Okay, brilliant. So that should definitely allow people to, people to walk to anything and everything sporting related. Education, hospitalization. Ooh, pub. We don't have a pub. That's the only thing that we are going without. There is maybe a little bit of a culture shortage as well. But, I mean, whatever. Who needs culture? Not me. Absolutely not me. Culture is not a requirement. It's a bonus. Oh, hold up. That's actually possible. I don't believe it. Okay, I mean, that position leaves zero room for negotiation. I mean, we are no way ever going to be able to import alcohol into this pub. That's a problem for future potato. But for now, this potato right here is real happy that he's able to provide alcohol to his citizens. That's right, I said it. Anyway, any more people currently writing in the cabin? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it at all. Look at this. Education level is too low to work. Nobody has any education. Nobody has any flippin' education. I do not believe it. Okay, well, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna try and invite as many immigrants as we possibly can. Also, this might be a pretty good place to try and invite immigrants from the third world. If we're able to invite immigrants to the third world, then we can educate them. So if I invite them, yeah, they have no education. Education level is pretty varying, really. But chances are that some of these people are going to get trained up. So, you know, that might be a way. Goodness gracious me, I've taken out so many loans. I mean, that might be a way to, you know, theoretically increase our workforce rather cheaply. Because, I mean, you know, doing what we're doing at the moment, importing workers from other Soviet countries, pretty darn expensive. Pretty darned expensive. Right. How are things looking over here? The big Cableway station looks like we're making an impact on the number of people, the number of workers waiting. However, that is going to take a little bit of time. There was a little bit of a surge, I think, when I imported a bunch of people. But either way, that surge seemingly has been mitigated against. Look at this. Students in the classroom. We have hundreds and hundreds of students in the classroom. That's really good. Loads and loads of students in the classroom is well over here. 43 participate in any sports. Yeah, I mean, these people aren't super happy. You can still get to the pub. You can get to the cinema. I mean, what have you got to complain about? Not very much. Not very much at all. Nobody should be complaining at all. Nobody should be complaining in Kolgradsky. Everyone is very, very smart now in Kolgradsky. Look at this. Look at this. We've almost completely used, we've almost completely gotten all of the prefab panels that we could possibly need over the course of just this episode. I mean, that was about 200 and something tons. In fact, I remarked upon it at the very start of the episode. Can you believe that? That's actually not too shabby. That's actually not too shabby at all. This queue seemingly has been this long for the entirety of the episode. Can you actually believe that? Also, can you believe that we still haven't made progress on this? Really? This mechanical components factory? This thing that I said would be the big focus of the episode? And we apparently have 0 concrete. Is there a reason why concrete isn't being moved? Missing concrete mixer? That'll be why then. That'll be why we're missing the requisite materials. A lot of you probably realized that at the very start of the episode. Also, don't understand why that's not auto-searching. It definitely should be. It's definitely within range. Like, all parts of the road are within range. Not entirely sure why it's not, but that's at least sorted for now. I'll tell you what else I should do. Something which I should have done a heck of a long time ago. Yeah, so this to there, delete that, ditch that, ditch that, ditch that, ditch that, and all of this nonsense. Yep, there's no reason at all why we would ever need to go around this. We'll just go straight through that filling station area. Yep, pretty happy with that. That's really good. So yeah, we are still missing iron, but I'm doing literally everything that I possibly can to ensure that we don't end up with iron shortages again. Also, we can now process iron slightly faster because I should have an iron footpath. There we go. That goes over there. Cool. And on the outputs, we'll do a engine transfer over here. That goes in there. That goes in there. Brilliant. Brilliant. We could build that by hand, but I'm not going to for ease of access, and that is in walking distance. Brilliant. That's looking good. So from the next time that a train visits this area, we should be able to double our iron production. Double our iron ore into iron production. So that's pretty darn good. Yeah, we still are missing a bunch of jobs for all of these workers. And that's not super hot, actually. That's not super hot. Gotta be honest, not super hot at all. Has the boat been dispatched yet? The boat is still not ready to go. I mean, that's not good. That's not good at all. 500 tons, almost 600 tons, ready and waiting to rock and roll. I mean, so we will be able to recoup a bunch of money pretty soon. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. We're actually increasing the amount of iron ore, or iron, refined iron in the factory, purely because we've got this secondary iron ore refining thing up and running, refining ore processing plant, whatever. You get the picture. We're actually we're actually looking not too bad. If we could maintain production levels like this, I would be very, very happy. I mean, that is about 2/5 of our production level. So if we're not running out of coal, we're not running out of iron, and we're running with 200 people in the factory, in the steel mill, then that's about 40% efficiency. It's about 40% efficiency. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good in comparison to what it was. I want to say that we're almost finished. We're almost finished with this, but we're not. We barely started because I forgot to assign concrete mixers. Can you believe it? Can you flippin' believe it? I sure as heck cannot. However, the good news is that pretty much all construction in Potatograd has been finished, I think. Yeah, we're not really having much of an impact on education or anything, actually. Yeah, we're having no impact on anything. But that's okay. You know, Potatograd Propaganda FM is about to ramp it on up. Look at that. Look at how many students we have. Do we have an education dearth? Oh, we kind of do. We kind of do. We kind of do. We have not got enough educated people. All right, I'm going to hurriedly build 2 schools here. I mean, we need schools yesterday if we are to stop the kids of tomorrow being completely uneducated. Okay, that goes there. This is how drastic this action that we need to take is. We literally cannot afford to have stupid people. Yeah, it's just not something that we can afford to have happen. Okay. It's going to put a further strain on our working population, but, I mean, I think it's fine. Right, need staff and teachers. Yep. Any teachers? Lots and lots of kids. Let's get... I want to say let's get some, like, bespoke housing for teachers, but I don't think that's really possible. Unable to visit a church or place of spirituality. That's fine. Okay. I mean, as long as we get at least a couple of teachers through the door, then that will improve everything. I mean, we are not really resting when it comes to teaching people at the technical university. We are doing that. We've got a fair few... I was going to say, we've got a fair few educated people, like properly educated people. However, I can't really say that there are any students. There's a couple of students waiting here to get better than basic education. However, not that many. Not that many at all. We're definitely in danger of perhaps turning everybody stupid. Not intentionally, very much unintentionally. However, we have kind of solved our iron problem. It's looking pretty good in the steel mill. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with how this is going. Ladies and gents, it's been an absolute pleasure. My name, of course, has been Open Potato. This has been Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. Thanks, as ever, to my fantastic patrons who help make videos like this possible. I will see you next time. Bye.